Hey everyone, and welcome back to the morning after show where I basically react the morning after to a Chelsea game. That way I have some time to reflect and not lash out at the camera. Unfortunately, I'm getting used to us getting beaten. In this case, we got beaten and beaten bad at home 2-1 against Brighton. Now, if you want some of the statistics here, shots on goal, 2 Chelsea, 9 Brighton. Shots overall, 8 Chelsea, 23 Brighton. Possession, 41 Chelsea, 59 Brighton. Corner kicks, 2 Chelsea, 8 Brighton. Falls, 11-11. Saves, 7 Chelsea, 1 Brighton. I mean, I've heard Frank talk about being a bit more physical, not aggressively physical, but just physical in the game, run, push a bit. I mean, show the fans, show your teammates that, hey, we're in it to win it. Not, oh, just another payday. Let's play another 90 minutes of football. Let's try and kick the ball around, get our asses kicked as well in the meantime, but forget to actually kick the ball in the opposition's goal. And this game has really showed how bad we are currently. We have a team of very talented players. If you look at the individuals, I'm not talking about Fofana or Modric because there's nothing to see there. But some other players in that team are extremely talented. The problem is, it's not a team. It's not a team. If you look at the past, and I'm tired of seeing these comments, hearing these comments, oh, Lampard was a great player, doesn't mean he's a great manager. First of all, Lampard was an insane player, knows the game better than anyone here, knows the game much better than the current players for Chelsea, probably cares about the club way more than all of those players as well. And yes, I do think he is a good manager. Now I ask you this, how many good managers does this club need to have until you start to understand what the real problem is? Because we've seen managers come in and out, and yet some players are still there. So if it was the manager's fault, wouldn't you think that we would be in a better situation by now? Of course, you might say, oh, there's lots of change, ownership changes, etc., etc. I don't really care. I don't really care. You're getting paid close to 6 figures or even more than that per week. You can't do your job? I mean, it's pathetic. These kids, these are kids, right? 20, 22, 23-year-olds that are getting paid millions. You can't do your damn job once a week? Once a week, 90 minutes on a Saturday or a Sunday. I mean, come on, you're playing for one of the best clubs in England, one of the best clubs in the world, Chelsea, and you can't even make the effort? And yes, I'm saying can't make the effort because if you watch the Brighton game, it really seemed like they don't really care. They don't care. And you're going to say, yeah, that's because they started the season with Thomas Tuchel, then we had Graham Potter, that didn't work out, and now we have Lampard, and some players aren't happy at the club, etc., etc. Okay, so what? So what? These are just spoiled brats at this point. I'm not just talking about specifically Chelsea players, but overall, football players, especially the younger ones, are all extremely spoiled. Because there's money being thrown at them since they're, 16, 17, 18 years old. And so they don't care. They don't care anymore. Now going back to the game, what were the positives? There were no positives. The only positive I can maybe talk about is that we scored 1 goal and that we had a nice banner for Super Frank. But that's about it. The rest, absolute garbage. Defending, if you see the pattern, right? If you watch the game, you probably know what I'm talking about. You can see the pattern that Brighton were using. Put the ball in R16, attack that back line. Over the top, doesn't matter. Over the top, underground, but most of it was over the top because they know our back line is extremely fragile. If you look at the first goal, Welbeck, again, between Fofana and Chalobah. Why? Again? Fofana again? Real Madrid was not enough for you? Now you get screwed by Welbeck? Of course, Chalobah was also a bit in fault there as well. But these are silly mistakes, silly goals. I've talked about this in the last video. If you're not able to score a lot of goals, or score just one goal in this case, then at least make sure you don't concede silly goals. This was again the first Welbeck goal before halftime, of course, because we have to concede in crucial moments. This is an easy header, defensive header. Easy. Probably some of you, oh, you say easy as if you played in the Premier League. No, I didn't play in the Premier League, but I did play football. I did watch football. I'm watching football for years and years. And this is as basic as it comes to defending. Midfield was a bit weird. Attacking wise, again, very strange. Also, I don't understand why Aubameyang didn't get to play. He's not playing in the Champions League anyway, so why not try to play with a real striker? I mean, can't hurt at this point, if we're being honest. Again, overall, very, very disappointing game. Very, very disappointing. Do I still think we have a chance to win against Real Madrid? I think my hopes have come down a little bit. I still think we do have a small chance because, again, Champions League nights, we play against Real Madrid. The atmosphere is different. I don't know how to say this, but it is different. But again, the players have to show up. The players have to show up. I know there are some issues with some players. I know Ziyech wasn't supposed to be here. He's here. Mason Mount, contract issues right now. Some players are injured. Some are back from injury. Fine. But overall, the moment you get on the pitch, you have to give your all. Fact of the matter is, they haven't been giving their all since the start of this season, if I'm being honest. Again, yes, of course, we can go back to the fact that should have never sacked Thomas Tuchel, and I 100% agree with that point. Said it from the start. I still don't understand, besides the fact that Burley and co want a puppet to play with, or maybe deep down they're Arsenal fans and they just want to destroy our club from within, because at this point I have no clue why they wanted to be owners, because clearly they don't understand anything. To me, it's pretty simple. Anyways, this is basically my reaction right now. Morning after show, Chelsea Brighton, huge disappointment. Even if we lose against Real Madrid, let's try and play some good football. Let's try and do that for the sake of our fans, for the sake of our mental well-being, and for the sake of, well, maybe bouncing back in the next match against Brentford. At least we'll have a small break-ish to maybe try some new things on the training ground. And let's see if we can end this season on a semi-high note. What's the point, right? Let's try and finish on a winning streak. We're not going to go into the top 6, and I don't even want to be in the Conference League next season, but let's try and do something. Maybe beat Arsenal so they don't win the league. I think that could be pretty good. Anyways, that's my reaction for this game. Leave yours down in the comments below. Try and keep it civil, otherwise you're out of here. If you enjoy this type of videos, leave it a thumbs up, subscribe if you have not, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.